Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our first Trinity 10 of the week. I am so excited because I actually have a huge announcement tonight. I am offering a new service. I have been doing research. I have been poring over this stuff, making sure that it's something I understand before I offer it to my clients. I have been praying about this. Okay, this is a spiritual leadership type of service that I'm going to be offering this time around, but I'm so excited, and I hope y'all are excited too. Remember, I did challenge you guys to 90 days of learning something new or going back to your original vision and seeing what you can accomplish within 90 days, as opposed to stretching it out for the year or stretching it out for the next quarter, or 2 quarters, should I say, because 90 days is 1 quarter, or stretching it out for the next 2 quarters. See how you can hyper focus and get something done. See how you can hyper focus and learn a new skill or learn a new service that you want to offer. And that is exactly what I have done. Of course, like I said, with spiritual guidance, I am insanely excited. I am ready for my next. Everybody is in this place of transition, and I know a lot of people can feel it. It's like you're either in a furnace and that's your sign, or you are in divine connection with the people that are to help you reach your purpose. That's your sign. It's one of the two, but either way, we know that God is working, and I'm insanely excited. But for tonight's topic, I am actually going to speak about advocating for change and what that looks like within any company, and then how you want to set up that platform within your own company. Of course, as you grow, as you continue to add more employees, as you continue to add more leadership, sometimes the original vision gets a little lost in the sauce, right? It doesn't go away, but other people's interpretation of it is what's being acted out, as opposed to your original interpretation or how you initially set out for it to be in the beginning, right? So when someone comes to advocate for change, I feel like the biggest thing to remember is that it is not an attack on your vision. It is not an attack on the fact that things are actually working. It is not an attack on how they even see themselves within your company. They could see themselves very high within your company, but there's this one thing or a couple of things that actually need to change in order for them to either stay or in order for them to grow and have everyone else around them grow as well. So advocating for change is something that often comes with a bit of repercussions sometimes. Like, people have found a way to kind of penalize people for advocating for change, or found a way to reiterate their discomfort with how things are, or find a way to kind of pinpoint them in a meeting, right? So you'll be having a meeting, and you have spoken with your leader privately, or you've spoken with your leader with your prospective teams, and what you guys have discussed then becomes a big topic out in front of everyone, right? So let's say you are advocating for a new sales pitch, or you want to advocate for a new way for your customer service reps to answer the phone, right? So when you go to speak on this, or when your leader goes to speak on this, they'll say something like, well, yeah, we'll be adding this. I know Kelsey doesn't really care for it, but there's a reason why we're doing it. Don't do that. Don't put someone's name after they've told you something that they'd like to change, or after they've told you something that they don't agree with. Don't put someone's name in there, because what it does, it takes away the trustworthiness of who you say you are as their leader, or their supervisor, or their manager, right? And a lot of people love to have this open door policy, right? I have an open door. You can come in and talk to me anytime. If you have any ideas, of course, just bring them to me. I'm always welcome to ideas. But then when that idea actually arises, or when someone actually presents something that is opposite of what you wish to roll out, all of a sudden you're in your feelings. That can't be. Even as an entrepreneur, that can't be. Just because you started the company doesn't mean you know everything about the company. Just because I start Trinity Professional Group doesn't mean when I hire my accountant, I'm going to tell them how to do their job. I know the guidelines that I would like for them to act in. I know the ethics and the wherewithal I would like my customers or my clients serviced with. Yeah, I can tell them about that, but I can't tell them how to do their specific function, no matter how big I grow, right? So for you to place that confidence in your people as they do their function, or for you to place that confidence in someone who is giving you an alternative idea, you never know what that idea could bring. You never know what could be behind that, or that shift that could take place because of that. And a lot of times when people advocate for change, they feel like they're by themselves. You've created this company culture of togetherness. You've created this team environment. You've created this thing where we're all together, we laugh and we have fun. But as soon as someone advocates for something that's opposite of that, all of a sudden it's an issue. All of a sudden they're an outsider or an outlier, and they don't feel like they have a place within your company. And that is not conducive to you nor your growth. You cannot be around yes men all the time. You cannot be around yes employees all the time. And in fact, based on your company culture, you can actually set it up to where leadership or management or operations managers or, your C-suite even encourage this difference, right? To make sure you're making the right decision, to make sure that you've thought of every avenue that could go wrong, or to make sure that you've thought of everything that could possibly hinder the goal that you're setting out for, right? That one person in customer service who you don't want to listen to could actually have just spoken to a customer or spoken to one of your clients, and that client said, yeah, I really don't like this, or I really don't like that, or I left the other company because. Could be one of your biggest accounts. But because what they're saying is opposite of what you're rolling out, or because what they're saying is not in line with what you want to hear, let's be honest, you tend to shut down that idea, or you tend to shut down that change. And that is not the way to do it, you guys. I'm a data girl. I'm always talking about data. I'm always talking about giving yourself enough time to mull over data and get that data correct. And what is it showing you, right? Like what is this data representing from the way your infrastructure is set up? What is it telling me about my infrastructure, basically, or my KPIs? What are my KPIs telling me about the output that my team is giving me? So these are all things that kind of float into that, so that when you go to advocate for change, you have metrics to stand on. You have, even if it's not necessarily something metric wise, it may be something feeling wise or social wise within the company that they've noticed and want to advocate for a change. If they have anecdotes, or if they have people willing to stand with them and say, yes, I agree with this, or even if they present the idea and it seems like a one-off, you have to know that nothing is ever random. That's when you talk to anyone. Nothing is ever random. And I want to say that right now. Nothing is ever random. They have a reason for what they're saying. They've either overheard what they're saying, or in the same moment they've presented it to someone else, and someone else is like, oh yeah, I thought it was just me. Every concern doesn't require changing your company. Let me say that too. Every change or every concern or advocate, for a specific change is not, let's just upheave everything and change the entire company, and we're just going to do something completely different now because Angel and Sarah presented this idea and now it has to be law. No. Do it within reason. And oftentimes when you're in your entrepreneurial phase where you may have, 10, 15, 20 employees, but you're still more so the figurehead and you're still kind of accessible in that time period, definitely hear your people out. You don't know the impact that could have going forward. And if it's going to be something that doesn't damage your bottom line, because we're in this to make money. So if it doesn't damage your bottom line, you are not losing customers. You may even gain customers based off of this because you don't know something. If you are not standing to damage your brand, damage your reputation, or have some type of legal repercussions or some type of tax repercussion or something like that, change it. Listen to them. See what it is you can do. If they don't like the way the warehouse is set up because they feel like it's counterintuitive, change it. Let them advocate for change. The more you allow people to be present in your vision, even though you've written it out, it's your baby, you're passionate about it, you're connected to it, the more you allow people to be active in that vision, the better it can be carried out, right? That's biblical. It's like, write the vision, make it plain so that they who read it can run with it. They have to run with it. But if you never give them a chance to run with pieces of the vision, you'll never see it come to fruition. You'll never see it be as big as it can be. One can go far, one can go fast, but multiple can go farther. I think that's how it goes. We can go farther together. And longer, and the ability to just outlast and continue to bring in more changes that'll keep your company around for years. If you don't change, your company will go out of style. If you don't learn more, you won't be able to be a good leader for a new generation of people coming in. Baby boomers don't know how to deal with millennials for the most part. There's this rift in between there, that lack of understanding with the generations. So continuing to learn and having your teammates advocate for change within the vision that you set up, making them active participants, is going to be something that pays off dividends for your company long term, you guys. All right. My name is Fredrina, again with Trinity Professional Group, my Trinity 10s. I have a book called The Conscious Leader that also speaks on some of these topics and how to incorporate change and bring your team in so they're really a part of the vision. Nobody just wants to be a laborer, you guys. They want to make sure they're a part of the vision. So that's just it for this video. Make sure you keep your team connected, advocate for change, and really be an open door. Don't lie. All right, I'll see you guys next Thursday for the next video.